Hi everyone. So I'm going to do some adjustments to my costume I made last year. I've recently gotten a few likes on the final result, which I assume is because Halloween's coming up. Now, the costume I made was supposed to be for like a Comic-Con type thing that was where we were at, and my ride decided to go on a different day and a day that I wasn't free, so I didn't end up getting to go to that and use the Halloween costume that I worked really hard on. So I'm going to use it again this year because I worked hard on it and I only got to use it like for 2 events. And I wanted to use it for 3. So, and my ride ended up going still. And then posted a photo of them meeting the voice of Ariel in the original, and I was kind of jealous, to say the least. But anyway, the costume, in case you missed it, was the Miraculous Tales of Ladybug Cat and War costume. Sorry, I had my spare keys out here. So they lent me, the friend of mine, lent me a mask to use, and I haven't gotten a chance to give it back to the guy who lent it to me. So what I'm going to try and do is put this mask onto this mask. And I tried it on off screen just to see, and I was like, wow, this actually fits. And then I looked at the age for the mask, and it's 8+, and I'm like, that's why it fits. I have a small face, but not like, and some kids' things don't fit me, but I guess 8+ fits me. Because I do have a very small head. Small mouth, small ears, small nose. Anyway, so I'm going to try and translate this mask onto here. And I'm going to start by painting this with paint markers. Since it's not going to get washed, I don't need fabric markers. Like I had with the little change purse. So yeah, this one I used fabric markers with, and I might update it. The only reason I used the fabric markers was so I could wash it, but it's very light, so I might have to update it with the paint markers. And it's very much like almost like, what is it, what kind of fabric? Almost like a cheap raincoat kind of fabric to it, so it's very shiny. But yeah, I might actually adjust this as well. And after I color this in with the paint markers, I'm going to cover it in glue. And because there's like a little bit of a texture on here, in case I don't know if you can see that, I'm going to cover it in glue and go over top of the color with diamond painting dots that I have left over, because I have a whole container full of leftover beads, and I've separated each of the beads into their color coordinated spots. So I have like a layer of red, yellow, blue, green, whatever, all the colors of the rainbow, plus, you know, the silvers and the blacks and the browns and the tans and the whites and stuff. So I only really need 2 colors for this, so I hope my paint markers give me the right shade of red for it. But I'm going to try and color this. I'll show you what it looks like without any color on it. Like, I'm not going to be wearing this like that because it's too white on my face. Okay, I'm going to have to be squinty because it's sunny. Okay, this actually isn't too bad. Okay, because the little overhang is giving me some shade there, so yeah, it fits. So apparently masks for ages 8 and up fit me. Oh, ow. It pinched my skin when I tried to take it off. Alright, back on glasses. That's one of the reasons why I couldn't be an actor, is sometimes they'll have actors be, you know, looking at the sun in scenes, and they have to like keep their eyes open, and you naturally don't want to do that. So that's one of the reasons why I couldn't be an actor. But anyway, so I'm going to color this little mask, And yes, I'm going to keep the little crown piece in there even though I don't really need it. But yeah, I'm going to try. So what I'm using is a paper mache mask, pre-made by Crafty Kids, but the Crafty is spelled with a K. So, which I don't know if I got this from Walmart or the Dollarama, but this is the packaging. So, I gotta see if I can find the right red. So I have this set here to look through, this set of paint markers, and lastly this set, which I've refrained from using on wood because it tends to damage the nibs. So, and I really like these ones. So, and this one I had to makeshift a divider in between them. So I did like a little piece of paper to divide them so that they're not all moving around. And it seems to have worked. Knock on wood. It's worked so far. Ugh. And while I wait for that to dry, I have these little craft pieces, which I asked for the backings for Crocs because I have now notebooks that have the holes for the Croc charms, and I'm not going to wear Crocs. I'm past that age of wanting to wear Crocs. I mean, I know a lot of people past my age wear Crocs, but I don't think they're the best fit for my feet at the moment, so I'm not wearing Crocs. But I have the Croc notebooks, or Croc charm notebooks, so I would like to make more Croc charms with that. Plus I also have these compact mirrors, which I'm going to customize for friends of mine and everything, so I have that as well to work on today. But I'm going to focus on the mask for this video. So let's see, I'm going to start with the dollar store package of paint markers. So this is Artist Series Metallic 12 acrylic markers for use on wood, fabric, paper, stone, glass, ceramics, and more. So, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm going to put diamond painting beads on top afterwards to add a little bit of a sparkle, you know, because there's a lot of like, a lot of the outfit is very matte, and I'd like to add that little bit of a sparkle to it. So, we're starting with this red. Hopefully it's the right red. I'm going to test it on the back of the mask, so hopefully it works. On the back of the crown part. That's what it looks like. Alright, that's this one. I'm going to put it back in the container. I'm going to try the ones in the acrylic paint marker Winston's brand. So, on most surfaces, water-based, non-toxic, and odorless. The brand name is Winston's, I think. Winsons. So, I'm going to try the reds in this set here. Now, it didn't originally come sorted this way, but I prefer to sort colors via the color of the rainbow. So, that's why I went ahead and changed it so that we have the colors of the rainbow kind of thing. So I have the reds and the yellows and the greens on this side. So red, the yellow, the green, then the green to the blue, then blue to the purple, and then the pinks and browns and grays and stuff over here. So I did change the look of it, or the order that they came in, on purpose. So yeah, and some of them were the wrong way because they were in use. I couldn't remember which ones I used, so I put them purposely going the wrong way here. Sorry for the long introduction. I'll speed up this video again and do a real-time and a sped-up version. So, alright. So I feel like this is going to be too dark of a red, but I'm going to try it anyway. It looks more pink. It's like a almost reddish brown, like a burgundy kind of thing. but maybe the lid doesn't match the color. I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes they don't. So, oh, this nib is fraying. I've had this since Christmas, and the nib is starting to fray. It's starting to turn white a bit, so I'm going to try and mark the cap here so it shows what the color actually is. Alright. Oh. Okay. The next time I did it, I was going to put it back on the cap so I could shake the marker, the cap back on the marker to shake it, and held on to the part of the marker that had paint on it and wasn't dry yet, so I removed some of it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try and shake it. Not that it needs much shaking because it's built so you don't have to shake or pump or whatever. Alright. So, next we're going to try this one. Comparison to the dollar store one. Yeah, that's not the right red. That's not the right red I'm looking for. The dollar store one was better. The $5 one. So this set was $5. So I don't know how much this set and the other one I'm testing are because they were gifts. So no clue how expensive they were. But I feel like this may have been on the cheaper end, whereas the other one was probably more expensive. But what the heck? Oh wait, there's more in here that I could test. There's more than one red. I forgot. This is the color I think. If the lid is accurate, this should be a good contender for the red of the face here. Okay. It's awfully close to the dollar store red. But I put one by the darker color and one by the previous color, so these are both the same. These two lines on the bottoms here. This is getting close. This is close. It looks almost the same to the dollar store one though, so I'm like, this one's just slightly redder, whereas the dollar store one is it has a slight tint of like orange. It's going orange, but still quite red. So this is a contender. Now I get to go to, I think, no, we're not doing pinks or purples. So that one's good. I'm gonna place it upside down like so I remember that this one is in the, this one's a contender kind of thing. So whereas the burgundy, no, too brown for what I'm looking for. I'm trying to color match this here, the red on here, so I can give that back to the person who lent it to me and just use what I have for the mask. So now this is sort of an orange-ish. This has a sort of an orange tone, but it's the closest red I have other than a metallic, which I feel like is going to be dark. I feel like the metallic one is going to be dark. So I think this is the closest I can get out of the set of these markers. Out of the Escrees? I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced. Out of this, I think this is the closest I can get. So I doubt it's going to be the right color though. Wait a minute. That is the darkest out of the... That is the... That's more like the other reds, not the burgundy. that actually might work. So it's the one on the bottom row there. Yeah, I think this might work. But they do look a lot alike. All of these colors look a lot alike on this piece here. So. And this is a good one, so I don't know if I want to waste it. Okay, I'm going to start with the Winsuns, and if I have any issues with the color and everything, then I'll go to that one. Because I've been using this set quite a bit, so I'll start with this. If I run out of pigment in the marker, then I'll go to the other one. So, and I'm sorry this like kind of took a long introduction, but I want you to see the full process. So, all right. So I'm just gonna cover it all in red and then do the black dots on top, so I don't have any color bleeding issues. So we'll start. I'm gonna do the crown piece. Well, I think this is like a crown piece, right? So this is the front. I've been testing on the back there. All right. Ooh, fire. I'm actually not liking that. Yes, I can do more coats, but that is where it's at right now. I'm not really liking that. My goodness. Let's try. No, I'm not liking this. Well, not too much liking it. Let's try and do multiple coats over top. Let's do multiple coats, and I'm not liking this so far. I chose to do this side as the tester piece because I could easily just chop it off if I don't like it. Oh, I'm not liking this. I don't want to chop it off though. Well, I've put multiple coats on it, so it's a little better now. It looks a little more like it, but still a little off. Okay, I'm gonna try this one, even though it has a bit of an orangey tint to it. We'll try that. Kids will be kids. Summer's almost over, so hearing my neighbor's kids. Or maybe my neighbor's kids. Because directly, I don't think the neighbors they're directly on each side of us have any kids, so I'm hearing like neighbor's kids. But I'm not gonna say anything. So I'm trying the dollar store, the $5 pack now of these to see if I like it any better. And yeah, some of it will go away when I put the beads on it, but this will help me decide what shade of red I'm going to use. So, And I've done diamond painting of Marinette or Ladybug before. So I just hope I have the right shade of red. Okay, so now where the bridge is here, this is the dollar store one. If you can see a difference, I don't know yet, but the line here. I don't mind it. We'll try the other one now. I know it's multiple different shades of red. Hopefully it'll blend together a bit more when I add the beads to it. Let's try what I assume is the most expensive one, because I don't know the prices of these two and which one's more expensive. I assume the one in the black box is more expensive. It seems more high-end in my opinion, but I could easily be wrong, you know? So if someone knows, because these were gifts, so I don't know what is the more expensive one. I'm just assuming this one was. It just seems more high-end, but I've been fooled in the past when watching other people's videos of doing artwork where I'm like, oh, I would have assumed that was the expensive one, but no, it's the cheap one. So I have no idea. This I know is pretty cheap. It's got this tag on top of it saying it's $5 from the dollar store. But it's still cool that the dollar store is now selling alcohol markers and paint markers. So, like that. For the broke artist, it's a good idea. It's a good thing to have. All right. Actually, these are blending together pretty good. I mean, this one is wet, so it might change when it dries a little bit. I don't know. Now the nose is with the new one. Bee, get away. I am bothering you. Stop bothering me. So the nose here is with this here. So from a distance, I don't think you'd be able to tell that they're different colors. However, as they're drying, I'm surprised to say this, but my first option, the part where the crown is the best red that I think would go with this outfit the best. Like, out of all of these, the Winston red that I started off with at the beginning, I think is the best fit for the Miraculous Ladybug look. So, alright, I'm going with that one, I guess. I did not expect that would be the case. I thought this would be our number one based on the swatches, but no, this is similar to my dollar store one with an orangey tint to it, whereas the other one in the Winston is actually, I think, the better red for the scenarios. So we're going back to this guy. Because yes, I'm going to have to do multiple coats, but it looks like the better red out of the three I tried. So I do have Craft Smart markers, but and Poscas, but I only have glitter Poscas and the metallic Poscas. So I don't have a whole lot because Poscas are like the, I want to say like Louis Vuitton, Gucci of paint markers. So, you know, like the top end version when you can get knockoffs that are pretty affordable, and you know, they're the same thing. So I'm gonna actually go over top of what I did on the bridge here with this the Winsons. I think that's right. I hope that's pronounced right. Over top of that here. So the bridge is going to look a little darker than the rest, but I hope that doesn't matter. I think that's the right thing. Like the bridge where the nose is, that part of it is what I'm working on right now. So, and I will put this on afterwards before the beads are applied, show you what it looks like. And then the beads, I will apply them either in a time lapse or with photos, because that's going to take way too long to do live. And I have some, I believe they're called cabochons of ladybugs. And I was debating putting them on the black dots on this, but I'm like, hey, yeah, that's going to ruin it. Now that I think about it, no. I'm not going to do that. Alright, so I've overlapped this onto the two that already had a color where I was testing it. So I think from a distance you can't tell that I've used multiple colors in the middle of the face here, but anyway, I'm gonna go, what is the next part of the face I want to work on? You know what, I'll go on this side. Do this side first. Thankfully, the sun is allowing me to have the paint dry faster. Originally, I was planning on doing this with my airbrusher that I got. However, I don't know how to use the airbrush device quite yet, and I don't want this to be my first attempt at using airbrush and have it fail, because this is my only option. I don't have any other mask like this, so I can't mess up. And if I go all in with the airbrusher, which, yes, granted, it's going to be faster than if I just color it, but I don't want to mess up and ruin it, because I only have one of these masks. So we're going with paint markers. Paint markers are here to save the day. Alright, that actually looks like it's a smooth blend. Like, it's not too bad. Like, you can't tell. I don't think you can tell where, from a distance at least, it's less noticeable of where it had, like, had colors underneath it. I think that's a smooth blend from a distance, so. And now I have like a clear like double-sided tape, but I feel like it's not gonna sit nicely on this bumpy fabric, you know, or piece, like, because this is not a flat piece. I feel like if I use the clear double-sided tape I have, it's just not gonna work out. So I'm gonna have to go and use just typical glue for it to apply the beads on it, which is going to take longer because I'm going to have to apply every so often. I'm going to have to keep reapplying the glue because it doesn't stay sticky forever. I mean, I do have tacky glue. Might be able to use that. Okay, time to switch the direction I'm shading. It's actually nice and, like, it's a comfortable heat right now with a nice cool breeze going by, so it's really nice. I think it's going to rain tomorrow. According to my weather app, it's supposed to rain, so I'm going to try and spend as much time as I can outside before tomorrow since it's supposed to rain. Now, I have a lot of tasks I can do inside. I just don't want to spend time inside when the sun is as nice as it is. All right. Oh, this marker is dying. That's not good. That's not good, really, because it's the best option I have. No, don't die, don't die, don't die. I believe in you. Come on, you can do it. Alright, so that is side number 1 done. So, I think it looks pretty decent. See if this does anything. Oh, we're at 31 minutes. Yikes. I can hear a little bit of paint in there, but it's moving. So let's hope I have enough. Okay. It's not bad. I think that somewhat worked. Alright, so we got that part. Let's do this. Do a little wing part. Ah, okay, no. I also don't know if I airbrush this, if the pigment on the paint would be as good, because I would have to like super water down what I have. So I don't know how pigmented it would be, which is another good reason why airbrushing is probably not the best solution for this. Or if airbrushing can get into little grooves, because this is very texturized piece that I have to keep going over to make sure there's no white spaces. Alright, we're good, we're going good, we're good, we're almost there. We've only got a little spot left, which will end up getting covered most likely by the next color I'm using, but in case the black marker is fading, at least I have a base coat here. Alright, so we've got it done. Look at that. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. I think we got most of it. Oh. Make sure this gets covered. Little connector piece that uses, little piece that I'm that the string or elastic is connected to. I want to like cover it up so it doesn't look obvious that it's there. Yeah. Alright, let's try it on now. Fully colored. Well, not fully, because I still have a little bit left to go. But, sorry, I'm squinting because it's sunny. But, yeah. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I think I should color the inside piece here and here so that it doesn't look like this was originally white. Let's color the inside of this so it doesn't look like it was white to begin with. Oh yay! Thankfully this is a brush nib, so it was able to get in the smaller spaces. Now I get to see how I would be if I was a makeup artist, which is probably terrible. Like, I would not be able to be a makeup artist. Okay. I don't even do my own makeup on a daily basis. I only really ever have makeup when it's like a special occasion or whatever. I'm not someone who typically needs a lot of it, so... Alright. And since I'm at it, I might as well outline all the other pieces. Finish up the edges of this, so it doesn't, so you can't see that this mask was originally white. I want to make it so that it looks like the whole time it was red. Okay, and now just on the edges here. What am I even doing? Neighbors cutting trees. Sorry, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm currently doing. I'm just hyper fixated on it, so. Oops. I marked the little elastic. Whoopsie. Kind of tempted to do some like do like a black outline here to like really feminize it, you know, but I don't want to mess up. So I'm kind of scared if I do that. I'll do the dots and then decide whether or not I'm going to do that. Alright, now I think I've covered all the edges so it doesn't look like if my, gosh forbid, I turn my head, it doesn't look like I have, like the original piece is white. So, let's put that back on. Let's change. You can't see any white lines. Good. Oh, that's my skin. I'm like, is there a white line there? No, that's my skin. So, yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Now, to add the dots. And that's part of the reason why I brought this out, to know where exactly the dots are placed. So, Got one in the middle, and then we got some half circle dots around the side. All right. So, again, we got to test. I have a couple different different black colors. Well, not shades. They're all kind of the same. But I just don't know how much pigment each marker has. So I'm going with the Winston first. See how much pigment this has left. Because I used a lot of it when I made the pencil case that had the disability pride flag on it. So I don't know how much ink it's got left in it. Okay. The ink is good today. It's good. So this is a contender. Woohoo! Winston's for the win again. Hopefully. We'll see. We're gonna see what dollar store has in store for us. I did not mean to make that pun. Or our dollar store is Dollarama. So let's see what the Dollarama has in store for us. So what do you have? I bought more packages of this, but I want to use what I have here first. So, yeah, the dollar store one is less pigmented. So the dollar store one is, whoops, right beside the other one, the smaller line of black there. So far this is in the lead. Next. It really reminds me of like the old blooper videos where they would go and cut. You know, that's what it reminds me of. Anyway, so I think I only have one. I have a navy blue, or a navy blue, which might work as well, but this is the only black in this set, so it seems like all these sets I've tried only have one black marker. So, all right. Okay, so this time it's between Winston and acrylic marker. This one is a good contender. So that third black line is this one. So I'm gonna start with Winston, however that's pronounced, and if I lose pigment in it, I'll grab the paint marker here, the other one. So this one, Winston's for the win. All right, now. Whew. Pressure's on to make these circles the way they're supposed to be. So we're going with the Winstons. Think that looks good. This is freehand, completely freehand. Wow, the least textured side of this is like across the nose. So that is dot number 1. Now dot number 2 will go over here. Dot number 3 over here. Dot number 4 is a little off center from the dot number 1, or dot number 3. And dot number 4. So those are my dots before I fill them in. fill in dot number 1. Fill in dot number 2. Dot number 3. And one more. And those are the 4 dots. Now I'm going to try it on. This is sort of like Ladybug goes to like a ball kind of look, but whatever. So I think that looks good. This is what I'm referencing to keep in mind. This is the reference image. So I think that looks pretty good. It does give Ladybugs going to a ball type of vibe, but yeah. I want to do the little wings, but I don't know if it needs it. You know how makeup artists do that like liner where it's kind of like a winged out thing? I want to do it, but I don't want to mess up. So I'm very nervous because I don't have a second option here. You know what? We are going to do, we're going to try the back piece. If I feel confident doing it on the back, I will relate it to the front. Okay, so yeah, that's not good. No, I'm not liking these. Nope. Yeah, I'm glad I did it on the back because I did not like that end result. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I would ruin it if I did that. So, thank goodness I didn't. Whew. But now that this part's done, wonder if instead I were to try and get the best of both worlds here without messing up. By the way, this is a very first attempt at making my own costume, so like the last costume, like the original costume is like a first attempt, so now I've outlined the inside of it, so maybe that'll give a somewhat of a cool effect. I don't know. Let's try it. I mean, it's got a little bit of an effect there, but not too much. I think that's okay. Okay, I think that's okay. Interesting. All right. Now, I was talking earlier about, I have these, and I was debating putting them on the dots on the mask, but I don't think it needs to happen. I think I'm good. I don't think I need to do that. Thank goodness. Well, that is it until I add the beads. So, I hope you enjoyed me turning this mask into this mask kind of thing. So, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. If you watched till the end, comment a ladybug emoji so I know you watched the entire full-length video. I will speed it up so you can watch it at a sped up tone, but I hope you enjoyed. Hope if you watched it from the whole thing, thank you. I really appreciate it. I know it's a long video, but anyway, hope you enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.